Hi, I'm Outbreak and I'm playing Othello in UCD Dramsoc's production of Othello. Can't wait to see you here next January. Just going to talk a little bit about Othello's character. I think, and why I auditioned. I think the first thing that you need to remember with Othello is the underlying chaos that exists from his early life. When we meet him in the play, he's already well accomplished in the army, he's risen through the ranks. But you always have to remember that there's this underlying, he was sold into slavery, and he talks about the chaos that he suffered before we ever meet him. The second thing you need to remember about him is that while he may share the same morals, beliefs and ethics of the Venetian people, and while he may be well respected and well loved, he's always kind of seen as an outsider, or at least he always thinks he's seen as an outsider. So he's always got this perception of the Venetian people seeing him as, oh well, not really one of us. And I think that's very important because it makes him feel like a little bit of an outcast no matter what he does, even though he's at the top of the army. And then he meets Desdemona, and Desdemona not only accepts him for who he is and what he's gone through, but she actually loves him for it. And it's totally pure love, and he can't believe that, this person has landed in his life, and she's the picture of stability, and he's just amazed that he's that lucky as to have someone like Desdemona. And I think that's very important to remember because it shows why he feels like he can lose her so easily, because he pictures her as this amazing woman. And of course, why would she want to be with an old man like him? And then you have Michael Cassio, obviously a young, military man, well accomplished, very handsome, in front of him, and it's the exact kind of person that Desdemona would have gone for if it wasn't for Othello. And I mean, Iago then manipulates what we have to recognise as Othello's lack of self-esteem when it comes to personal relationships. On the battlefield, he's very well accomplished and he knows exactly what he's doing and he's very confident. But when it comes to personal relationships, I think because of the aforementioned chaos and because of the kind of outcast culture, because he's black, he's just not as confident. And I think Iago just takes advantage of all the factors there, of the chaos, of the fact that he's different than everybody else, of the fact that Desdemona is so perfect, and of the fact that Michael Cassio is, this picturesque man. And I think Iago just takes advantage of that to manipulate him into jealousy. And I think as an actor, the reason I auditioned was because I was so excited to do that transition from believing so vehemently that Desdemona was faithful to jealousy. I think that's really fun to play, and it's really challenging, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing you here too. Cheers.
Hi, my name is Fiacre Fallon Verbrugge, and I'll be playing Iago in UCD Dramsoc's production of Othello this January. I think Iago is probably Shakespeare's finest villain, in that he manages to simultaneously befriend the entire audience and get them on side, and also betray and destroy all the other characters on stage. I suppose he's motivated by avarice, like that sense of greed and the desire for revenge he feels after being overlooked for promotion. He's his hamartia, his fatal flaw, is that he really just gets arrogant. He just kind of has that supercilious nature that means that he feels that just because everything has gone so well so far, that everything will continue to do so. I've read a lot about Othello being so lucky. He just gets lucky that the handkerchief happened to be dropped. But it's more that he's an opportunist. He takes advantage of what he finds. If it hadn't have been the handkerchief, it would have been something else. But what makes him special, he's not a caricature of the bad guy. There's something in Iago that all of us recognize because we've seen it in people we know. Okay, Iago is the rascal that we all know that, he might be a bit bold every now and again, but we forgive him because he's charming and he makes us laugh, and sure, he's always up for a good time. He's like that girl in school that everyone knows is probably manipulating everyone to get what she wants, but everyone still wants to be friends with her because she's popular. Or that guy that we all know is probably being pretty mean to girls, but hey, he's cool and he's one of the lads, so it's fine. I auditioned for Iago because I think it's a great role. I think it's fun, I think it's challenging, and at the end of the day, everyone loves a bad guy.
Hi, my name's Aisling Bryn, and I'm playing Desdemona in this year's UCD's Dramsoc's Shakespearean play Othello. And I'm really, really excited to be playing the role of Desdemona because I think she's a brilliant, brilliant character, And out of all the Shakespearean plays I've studied so far, I think she's probably my favourite female character in it, because she undergoes such a change throughout the play. At the very beginning, people seem to think of her as sort of a weak character, but I think when you study what she does and how she stands up for herself, you can see that that's not really true. So at the beginning of the play, we all know she stands up to her father and her mother. She speaks in front of the whole Senate, standing up for her husband and saying, no, I love him now. But throughout all this, she stays respectful to her family and says, thank you for everything you've done for me, for my education, for loving me, but now it's time for me to move on and grow as a woman, and I need to follow my husband. So I think it's really important to remember this when we're studying Desdemona, to see what a strong and powerful woman she is. And then throughout the play, it's just so unfortunate that she becomes one of the main victims with Othello of Iago's really manipulative ways. So it's really difficult for her to stay loyal to her husband when he's turning on her, but you can see throughout the whole play, and even at the end when she's being killed, that she stays loyal to Othello. And I think it's such a nice quality in her, that loyalty, to see it throughout, and it's sustained throughout the whole play. And I think it's a really interesting relationship to study, the two of them, Othello and Desdemona, because it's probably one of the healthiest relationships ever that I've studied in Shakespearean texts, because he really respects her for herself, and he lets everything up to her, and he at the beginning says, you don't have to follow me if you don't want to, but it's up to you, you speak to the Senate, you get what you want, and it's really nice to see that happen in a proper relationship. So we're really looking forward to having you, and we really hope you enjoy the show.